Let's talk about July reading today. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Today I'm so excited to be here because I'm gonna tell you about 10 books which I read in July. These books were really perfect for me because I read only detective and thrillers and sci-fi, and I was so enjoyed to read this book because I was so involved in the reading. I had really perfect books, really good books, and I have a lot of books with 5 stars today, and it's so rare for me because most of the time when I read books I try to feel not like comfortable feelings during the reading, because most of the time I have some minuses during this one, and this July was so surprisingly for me because I really had a lot of 5s. So let's start today with the book which was so wonderful for me because I was waiting a lot of time for reading this one because it's my favorite author. It's Ware, One Perfect Couple. I told you about this book a lot of times this month because I had the blog and I had also the video about Ware's books. So if you haven't watched them, so please welcome and enjoy. So One Perfect Couple is a wonderful story about people who decided to be competitors on the reality TV on the island, and then one day our main character and her boyfriend decided to go there because the boyfriend, he's an actor and he wanted to be a superstar, and he thought that it would be a greatest chance for him to be in the fame with other celebrities after this reality TV, and they decided to go. So after some period they understood that our main character's boyfriend, he is not good enough for this reality TV and he was just kicked out, and our main girl, she just decided that she would be alone on this island with other competitors. And we have some problems with this island because there are not a lot of people, only competitors, and sometimes we can have the TV crew, but only in the daytime because at night they need to go to the ship for just having nighttime there. And in one day the storm started, and of course something happened horrible. It was disaster, and our competitors just stayed alone on that island and they started to survive. And all of these surviving things was really cool for me because I, like a reader, was feeling depression, the atmosphere of disaster, the nervous moments when our main characters had some stressful moments, and of course they felt hunger, and most of the time they just need to find food, they need to find water. They have this, but not a lot, and they need to economize this one, and of course to try to be like on a one way to be together because they need to be like friends for having such good moments with the food and the water. Of course something happened horrible with the people, some people died, and all these moments with all these shivering and thrilling things was really cool for me. I was enjoying the story, I was really involved there, it was well paced, and some moments were really insane for me, especially about surviving. And the finishing of the story was really cool for me because I was expecting it would be like this one, and I was expecting about these characters who can survive, and the story was really cool. I put this 5 out of 5, and I will wait next year to read another new book of Ware because she tried to give us just one book in 1 year, so, and it's really cool. So One Perfect Couple is just my highly recommended book for the summer. If you haven't read it, just try to do this one because we have 1 month of summer. The next one, what I want to tell you, is also a thriller. It's Midwife Secrets, and the story was also cool, and it's a mixing of different timelines because we have 3 there, and it's 1945, it's 1970, and 2017, like our time, like present days, and we have the big secret which connect with all of these timelines, and it was really cool because the main thing which can happen, it's in 1970 when little girl just in Christmas Eve decided to go away from the house for searching her puppy, and she missed. A lot of people and the guests and family just tried to find her, looking everywhere, looked in the other things, they went to the neighbors for understanding where is she, but haven't found her. She just missed and nobody can understand where is she. So, and this secret we have in 2017 because nobody knows actually what was going to happen. A lot of time passed, nobody found her, and it was really cool for understanding what's what's happened with her family, with her mom, because we have like a main character in 2017, her mom, who is like an elderly person now, and she has some problems with her family. And also we have the thing which connect with the missing in 1970, because in 2017 also happened the missing of the girl, and nobody knows what happened. I also love the line of 1945, because we have a line of midwives, because she is a person who is really wonderful and kind, and to try to help ladies with the pregnancy, with the babies. And it was really interesting to read about her life, about her family. But the book started with the moment of the saddest moment in her life. I love this story because every timeline we have a different atmosphere, we have different moments of emotions of the people, the characters, the understanding who are they. Because I love the line when in 1945 we have a boy, in 1970 he is a man, he has his own family, and he can understand who is he, what is his emotions about everything. In 2017 he is like another person, and we have the kids who are just grown up, and what are they doing, who are they, and what's happened with them on this territory. Because I also love this territory. It's like a, you know, like a small village with the two houses, but these two houses they just entering for one family, and in one house they live rich people. Actually in 1970s they missed the little girl, and in another one it's a house of a midwife, and she also has a secret in this house, like a secret place for the pregnant ladies. So I really enjoyed the story. It was so involving, it was so interesting, it was so, you know, shocking in some moments, and I really enjoyed to be like a reader involved in the story. Because sometimes when I read some stories, I just, you know, spend not a lot of time for reading every day, and I just okay for me that when I just put away the book and next day I just take it and read. This book I can't put away because it was so interesting, and it was so atmospheric for me on a level which I like. Atmosphere, the dull, the gloomy, a bit depressed, winter moments, because we have the Christmas time, how I told you, we have summertime in 2017, and it was really cool, you know, like jumping not only timeline but jumping also in the seasons. So I put this story also 5 out of 5. I like Amber Garza, I like her books. I read 2 of them, and both of them were for excellent mark for 5. So it's really enjoyable also for me, and I will wait another my meeting with her book, because I also know that I need to read one more book because she has it already. The next one is Simon Beckett and Restless Dead. I read a lot of books of this author, and I really enjoyed him because he is so natural, he is so realistically give you things about the dead bodies, about the killing, about the problems which connect with the bodies, and every book started with the moment which connect with the dead body in some moment of its being somewhere. So in this story we have a small village which just around the rivers and swamps, and a lot of people just believing that these rivers and swamps, they have like a bad things, and a lot of people just miss there. And in one moment in the beginning of the story we just read about the dead body which just floating in the river, and nobody knows who is it. And of course our main character, he's coming to the territory for understanding what's going on, because he is sometimes working with the police, he's anthropologist, and he can tell what was the thing over death during by the bones when he just searching them. And in one moment when he came to this swamp area, he can understand that this body is a son of the richest person on this territory, who can just have a lot of money, big house, and a lot of people actually don't like them because they you know, actually not a good people with some dark secrets. And after the searching of the body, he can understand that this body is not of the body of the son of this person, because the traumas, the things on the bones is not connect with the other things which he has like from information list about the person who missed, because the son of the rich person, he's missed. And the story was so interesting, it was so well paced, it was well written, because you spend not a lot of time during this book, because you have a lot of time for understanding where are you. Because I really enjoyed the territory, because it's a really small village, just some couples of of houses and a lot of swamps and the rivers, and our main character, the anthropologist, he all the time spent time near with the rivers, near with the swamps, try to find some answers. And he didn't actually want to work with this case because he was just anthropologist for just having signed some documents that he saw the body and actually he need to go back. But some car accident happened and he can't go away from this village, and he need to spend some time there for waiting when the person can just fix the car and he can spend some days there. But you know, I love Simon Beckett's book because he tried to show you how the calm life can be just broken with one thing which can happen. So I love the story. I put this 5 out of 5, and I really enjoyed the territories, atmosphere, the characters, and I really like the character anthropologist because all the books which I read was connect with him. It was like a series about his actually detective thing. So the next one, it's sci-fi novel which I really enjoyed during one day. I read this in one day and I was so enjoyed. I was so shocking about this one, especially in the finishing line, because I really I didn't expect what I will have there and what the author can give me like a reader. So in the story we have like a near future, we have like farms, and we have a couple who lived in the farm, a wife and a husband. They are young, about 20 something as I can guess, and they have like a normal life. They have work, they spend time with them chickens, especially the man, because as I understood, in this world they don't have like animal farm. They have like just a farm for something, for living, but without animals. But he decided to have pets, and these pets were hens, and every morning before going to his job he just fed them and spent time with them. So it was really cool. It was really, you know, so atmospheric. And then one day the man came to the house with some offers about the lottery, that the man from the family, he is like in a lottery for going to the space, to another planet, for just trying to have some other things there. And our main characters, actually, they don't understand why and how, or what about the lottery, because they actually haven't heard about this one. And in one moment, after some period, when this man came them, he came again, and he told like, yeah, this man just is a winner and he just need to go after some period to the space. And it was really cool for understanding what's going on there. Like I'm like a thriller lover person, didn't guess actually idea about the man, idea about what's happened on the farm, and what is a special offer our man decided to give the family, especially to the lady of the story. And it was really, really wonderful. So the story is not big, the story is so involving, the story is so insane in the one moment, especially in the ending, and it was like, what's going on there? I was shocked in reading this one, and now I think that I need to read another book of this author because I found that he has it, and I'm excited to have it. So the 4 is a perfect summer reading. I really love that I take it this one, especially in the summer in my vacation, and I put this 5 out of 5, and it was perfect story for, you know, actually relaxing, just taking a cup of coffee and just start to reading, because all of this atmosphere of the farm, atmosphere of the gloomy and dark mystery secrets which they have on this farm was really, really cool. And especially the main idea about this man who just came them to the house was also really, really cool. So the next one, Renegades, the first part of the trilogy of Meyer, and I really enjoyed this one, but I spent a lot of time to, you know, comment to this author, because a lot of years ago I started his story about Cinderella, and I actually didn't enjoy, I actually didn't involve in the story, but I didn't finish this. I read maybe some chapters and I decided just to stop, and I understood that I need to try another story about the comic heroes, and it was really a good decision in this summer, because Renegades was really enjoyable, and I read this for some days, like 2 or 3, and if I didn't have some, you know, home things which I need to do, I think that I would finish this one for one. So Renegades is really cool story about our main character girl Nova, and she has a wonderful, you know, interesting powers, and she tried to use them, and in one moment we can understand that there are 2 parts of the heroes, of comic heroes, we can say like this one. So one part it's renegades, and it's like people who like heroes, they have powers, and a lot of people love them because in one moment, some years ago, they just won in a battle with another part. So another part, it's just a small part of the people, small company who just have their powers, but they live underground, and they can't go up because they will have problems with the renegades. And in one moment, our girl Noah decided to go to the renegades like a spy for understanding some of the secrets, for understanding the moments which they don't tell the people, because they think that it's not truly what they do now. And the adventure of our Noah in Renegades just started, and it was really interesting to understand about how he has a decision, what did she do, how did she came to this Renegades with some competition during another person and teenagers with the superpowers. And also it was really cool to understand the Renegades atmosphere inside of their company, because they really have a big building with different floors, and at different floors they have different renegades moments. So it was really interesting. I was enjoy. I really love the characters. They didn't give me some nervous, and I finished this book with idea that I need to take another one. And of course, some days after this one, I just ran to the bookstore and bought 2 other parts of the trilogy, and I'm planning to finish this probably this year, because I need these books in my blood. So for Renegades I put 4 out of 5. So it was perfect reading for some. It was so relaxing, enjoyable, and I really await the moment when I will come back to the story. So the next one, 2 books which I read in a vlog also, they were together there. It's One Upon a Broken Heart, and it's fantasy book with the first part of the series, and I really enjoyed the story. But this vlog was about books which I wanted to finish, because I started these books some months ago, and actually after some months ago I decided to finish them because I forgot. I didn't remember why I just kicked them out from my list of reading in the months. So and I decided to continue to read. So Once Upon a Broken Heart, it's a wonderful story, and I know that a lot of fans are there, a lot of publishing, a lot of things which connect with this one, a lot of arts, a lot of other things, and I was really enjoyed to open sometimes my internet and just searching some pictures, some arts, some other things. It was really cool. So the story is so fluffy. It was so colorful in my mind. It was so interesting and wonderful, because actually I like the characters, and the characters were really cool. And I don't remember that I read other stories which connect with such interesting situations and themes. So our main character girl, she has some problems with the family, because her dad is dead and she needs to live with her stepmother and her stepsister. His love with the other person, with a guy, and she just dreaming about the wedding with him. But in one moment he can understand that something go wrong, and this guy decided to marry on her stepsister. And in one moment our main character, she was so depressed, she was crying, and she decided to go and pray to the faith. And she prayed the faith of hearts, of broken hearts, and this person was like an interesting guy for me, because he was so insane. Sometimes he was so passionate. So it was really cool adventure with main characters. It was really cool adventure to our territories, because with them we just go in there for doing some quests, and it was really wonderful and cool. But at the finishing line, the main character started to give me a bit of nervous, because I can't stop to think about her in the beginning and about her in the ending, and for me it was different person. So actually I put 3 out of 5 of the story. It's okay, the story is good, and I will continue to read this series just for understanding why people so in love with this one. Holly Jackson and Her 5 Survive is a wonderful story which I didn't read a lot of months, and I actually didn't understand why, because in one day I just sat and tried to finish this one, and it was really wonderful to be there with the guys. So we have some teenagers, 6 of them. their friends, their school friends, and it was really interesting to be with them in a van because they decided to go for the small trip to the ocean in a reid together, just spend time together, and they decided to go from one place to another. And after some period, they had problems with internet, with the GPS, and they start to think that everything is going wrong because they lost, and they just go into the road which is actually nowhere, and they start to have a problem because there is a shooter who decided to give them a creepy night and to shoot to the RV and try to give them some question because after some period they have a chance to connect with the shooter, and they understood that he wanted to know a secret from all the six people, because they actually know what is the secret and they need to tell each other the secrets. And it was really cool to see how people from the normal conditions, they start to be nervous, they start to be depressed because they actually don't want to tell the secrets because the secret's not good, of course, and how they share with each other or with the secrets and what's going on next. I really enjoyed the story, but finishing line was a bit longer for me because I start to think what's going on, what will be at the end, and for me the last pages were really, you know, like without tension, because I really get the idea. I put the story 4 out of 5, and actually it's really good because I continue to read and love books of Holly Jackson. I read her trilogy about the Pippa and this one, so the next one I need to read her new book, which we have this year. So the next thriller which I read in July was The Maid's Diary, and Lorison White, it was the wonderful author for everybody on the planet, because I know that a lot of people love her in different countries, and it was my first meeting with her with this book. So I really enjoyed this because I want to tell that the style of her writing was really perfect. It was so interesting, it was so fast reading, you know, actually wanted to just turn the pages and try to know what's going on, because we have here also the timeline, and also we have like a moments from the diary of the maid when she tried to write some things which can happen with her job, or with other people, because it's the therapy which she needs to do because she has some problems with emotions. And the story just started when we have this girl, she is a maid, and she tried to have a lot of money for her life, and she works a lot, and she works as a maid on a rich houses, and we can understand that he has a new contract with a new house, and after coming in this house she can understand that she knows these people who live there, and actually from the first moment she decided not to come here anymore and just to stop the contract. But after some period, and for her curiosity, she decided to continue working and doing other things there, not good things actually. And I really enjoyed the main character because she was a bit strange, she was a bit insane, and she has of course the big secret because she was like a maniac all the time in new houses of these rich people. She was so curious, and she tried to find, you know, some secrets, some mysteries, some other things which these people just keep in a secret, and they don't want to share it with the world. And in one moment, our main character just found a big secret, and she knows this secret, and she tried to find the proof of the secret, and of course, the big story started. So I was really enjoyed it. I was really, interested in every moment which I can see. But after the middle of the book, I start to think that the story start to be so slowly, and I think it was idea of the author to give you like more descriptions about everything, and sometimes you can see some moments from different people's things. You read this in one chapter from the one character, and you can read this one in another chapter from another face of the person. So I put this 4 out of 5. It was really cool, and I will continue to meet with Lorison White because I was really enjoyed it. And the finishing was not surprising for me actually, because I guessed what's going on, but it's okay. I really love the story, and I really love the time which I spent for reading this one. And also the next one story, it's a thriller, The Castaway. It's Lucy Clarke. I also read a lot of books of this author and I really enjoyed every time them. The Castaways is a really wonderful story for summer, and I'm really happy that I have this in this July in my vacation, because this story was about the plane crashing and about two sisters. These sisters had a problem and they decided to go together to the Fiji, and they bought some plane tickets, and in one day they decided to go. But before they go in, at the night before going to the plane, they have a quarrel, and actually one of the sisters didn't come to the plane, and another sister decided just to relax by herself, go to the Fiji, just having relaxing time for thinking, and then she wanted to come back and just continue to connect with the sister about other things which they have. And it was a disaster. It was the plane crashing on the one island, and nobody actually know what islands, because on the Fiji there are a lot of small islands, and the searching crew, they firstly decided to find this plane, but actually after some period they stopped because they actually couldn't understand where this plane on the islands or probably on the ocean. We have different timelines with the sister who try to find, and the sister, and another timeline with the sister who is on the island after the plane crash and what's going on, how they survive. And it also surviving story, and if you really wanted to spend time with surviving stories, it's really cool to have the Castaways, because it was really enjoyable. I really love the atmosphere of the hot island, of the atmosphere of disaster, the atmosphere of some questions that the people had, because they spent a lot of time there with the hope that other people will find them, but actually they understood that nobody knows where are they, because there are a lot of small islands. Perfect story for summer, great. It was really cool characters, but actually I didn't like the finishing line. For me it was like okay, and I put the story 4 out of 5, but I really continued to read other books of Lucy Clarke because I'm really fan of her stories. And the last book which I want to tell you today, it was my rereading. I'm a person who rarely rereads stories. For me it was surprisingly that I decided that I want to reread the story of Grady Hendrix, and it was really cool, because this story again is the story with a big name, and I need to read this one because it's Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. So I love Grady Hendrix for his actually long titles of the stories. So it was enjoyable rereading because it was also a perfect book for summer, and if you want to spend some days in a small town with the housewives, with the problems, with the family deals, with the moment of understanding is the neighbor vampire or not, you need to try this story if you haven't yet. So the story is really wonderful because we are in the 90s with the housewives who just doing some things with the kids, with the husbands, just with the cooking, with the houses, like just housewife deals. And in one moment they decided that they need to be together, and they decided to have a book club, and they love to read their true crime stories about some maniacs and about some killers. And it was really cool because sometimes when our main characters start to tell other people that their new neighbor is a vampire, other people start to say that she is not good because she loves true crime stories. So it was really fun. So the story started with the mystery moment, when in one moment our main character understood there's something wrong with her neighbor, with elderly person. She is not okay, if we can say like this one, and after some accident happened with her relative came to her house just for taking care for her, but in one moment everybody understood that this elderly person missed. And our main character, she tried to tell everybody that something wrong with this new relative, with this new neighbor, that he's a vampire, and she tries to find the answers for the questions, for understanding true this or not. Perfect story. I put this 5 out of 5. The first time when I was read this, I put 5 too. So this story is one of my favorite one. It's mystery, detective, and thriller together. And also I love the atmosphere of the small town, the atmosphere of some trips from this town to another part of the location, and it was really wonderful for understanding some legends about the vampires, some missing of the kids. And it, actually this vampire was not like vampire we have idea that it is, because he has some differences from the description of the vampire which we have in our heads actually. So I really enjoyed this story and I really highly recommend this one for summer too. So I told you about 10 books which I had in July, and I'm so happy that I had them because all of them were really perfect, were really great for vacation in summer, and I'm really happy that I had this vacation, that I read all this book, and all of these books were for 5 stars, and it was really insane for me because it's amazing. I will wait you in the comments. Tell me what was the best book which you read in July and what was the worst one, and if you want to tell me why. So I will wait in your comments with your books because I'm really interested in how you spent your July and what books have you read. Thank you for watching. Bye!